right, so I'm not winning director.
Actors who won an Oscar for the wrong movie. 10 times the Academy got it wrong. Winning an Oscar is one of the highest honors in Hollywood, but sometimes an actor's win feels off. Sure, they deserved an Oscar, just maybe not for that movie. Today, we're looking at actors who won an Oscar for the wrong film. Number 1, Leonardo DiCaprio, winning for The Revenant instead of The Wolf of Wall Street. Leonardo DiCaprio's first Oscar win in 2016 for The Revenant was a long time coming. He endured freezing temperatures, ate a raw bison liver, and grunted his way through the film. But while The Revenant was physically grueling, was it really his best performance? Many fans and critics, and me, argue that he should have won earlier for his electric, charismatic turn as Jordan Belfort in The Wolf of Wall Street.
My killers who will not take no for an answer, who will not hang up the phone until their client either buys or dies!
That role showcased DiCaprio's full range, comedic timing, intense drama, and larger-than-life energy. Instead, he won for The Revenant, which felt more like Hollywood rewarding his suffering rather than his acting. Number 2, Al Pacino, winning for Scent of a Woman instead of The Godfather or Dog Day Afternoon. Pacino is one of the greatest actors of all time, but his first Oscar win didn't come until Scent of a Woman in 1992. Now, while his performance as the blind, charismatic Lieutenant Frank Slade was memorable, was it better than the others?
Couldn't refuse.
What was that?
Luca Brasi held a gun to his head, and my father assured him that either his brains or his signature would be on the contract.
Kill them, are you crazy?
That was smart! We just gotta fly. Oh, shit.
Pacino was robbed multiple times in the 70s. No Oscars for The Godfather, Part 2, or Dog Day Afternoon, or Serpico. Those performances cemented his legacy, so when he finally won, it felt like the Academy was making up for past mistakes, rather than rewarding his best work. Denzel Washington winning for Training Day instead of Malcolm X. Denzel is phenomenal in Training Day, delivering an iconic villainous performance as the corrupt cop Alonzo Harris.
King Kong ain't got on me!
But should this have been his first Best Actor win? Many believe his portrayal of Malcolm X in Spike Lee's 1992 biopic was far more deserving. His transformation into the civil rights leader was mesmerizing, yet the Academy overlooked him in favor of Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman. His Training Day win was well earned, but it felt like Hollywood's way of making up for that Malcolm X flub. Next, Whoopi Goldberg winning for Ghost instead of The Color Purple. When Whoopi Goldberg won her Oscar for playing the hilarious psychic Oda Mae Brown in Ghost in 1990, it was pretty awesome.
In my heart, ladies, it's a five-way tie, but in this envelope is one name. And the Oscar goes to Whoopi Goldberg.
But her real Oscar-worthy performance, according to a lot of critics, came 5 years earlier in The Color Purple. Whoopi's role as Celie in The Color Purple was heartbreaking, powerful, and deeply moving.
I got children. My children living in Africa. Learning different languages. Fresh air, plenty of exercise. And they're gonna turn out a heap better than these fools you never tried to raise.
Now, hold on here.
No, hold on, Hopper. If you hadn't tried to rule over Sophia, white folks never would have got her. Y'all was rotten kids. You was rotten kids.
Many consider it one of the greatest performances ever snubbed by the Academy. So, while she deserved an Oscar, her win for Ghost felt like a consolation prize rather than a true recognition of her best work. I almost disagree with this one. I think she deserved it plenty for Ghost. How about you? For number 5 on the list, I can see where there's issues. George Clooney winning for Syriana instead of Up in the Air.
If anything happens to me or my family, an accident, an accusation, anything, and first your son will disappear. His body will never be found. Then your wife. Her body will never be found either.
When Clooney won Best Supporting Actor for Syriana in 2005, I thought it should have went to Paul Giamatti for his role in Cinderella Man. Plus, I think his best performance arguably came in Up in the Air in 2009.
I admire
your zeal, and I think you have some very good ideas, but you know nothing about the realities of my industry. You can set up an iChat, but you don't know how people think.
Actually, I minored in psychology.
Nice. Okay, kiddo, fire me.
Ryan.
Now, listen, she's gonna be doing this on a regular basis. Don't you want to know if she can fire somebody?
She's fired Ned.
My dog can fire Ned. Fire me.
You don't need to do this.
No, it's okay. I got this. Mr. Bingham, I regret to inform you that your position at this company is no longer available.
Who the hell are you?
My name is Miss Keener. I'm here today to discuss your future.
My future? The only one who could fire me is Craig Gregory.
Mr. Gregory hired me to handle this for him.
Handle what? Handle me?
His role as corporate downsizer was subtle, layered, and filled with emotional depth. While Siriano was a good performance, it felt like the Academy was giving him an Oscar for being George Clooney, rather than for his most impressive work. Paul Newman winning for The Color of Money instead of The Hustler, Cool Hand Luke, Butch Cassidy. Paul Newman finally won an Oscar in 1987 for The Color of Money, a sequel to The Hustler. But let's be real, this wasn't his best work. Newman delivered legendary performances in The Hustler way back in 1961. Then in 1967 he did the same with Cool Hand Luke and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid in 1969. But he walked away empty-handed for those roles. By the time he won for The Color of Money, it felt like the Academy just wanted to fix their past mistakes. Number 7 on this list, Julianne Moore winning for Still Alice instead of Boogie Nights or Far From Heaven. Julianne Moore won her first Oscar in 2015 for Still Alice, where she played a professor battling early-onset Alzheimer's. While her performance was moving, was it her best? Many argue she should have won for Boogie Nights in 1997 as the tragic adult film star Amber Waves, or for Far From Heaven in 2002, where she played a 50s housewife, dealing with her husband's secret life. Jeff Bridges winning for Crazy Heart instead of The Big Lebowski. Bridges finally won a well-deserved Oscar for Crazy Heart in 2009, playing a washed-up country singer. But is that really his most iconic, well-deserved role? Come on, the dude in Big Lebowski in 1998 is one of the most beloved characters in film history.
I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude.
Bridges was long overdue for an Oscar, but Crazy Heart felt like Hollywood's way of correcting a decades-long oversight rather than rewarding his best work. I like Crazy Heart, but he deserved it more for the dude. Sandra Bullock winning for The Blind Side instead of Gravity. Sandra Bullock won her first Oscar for The Blind Side in 2009, playing a tough but caring Southern mom. But was that really her most challenging role? In 2013's Gravity, she carried the entire film, delivering a gripping emotional performance in a sci-fi setting. Many believe that was the film that should have won her the Oscar, not The Blind Side. Finally, we'll talk Morgan Freeman winning for $1 Million Baby instead of The Shawshank Redemption, or even Seven. Morgan Freeman finally won his first Oscar for $1 Million Baby in 2004, playing the wise old boxing trainer. But let's be real, was that better than his performance in The Shawshank Redemption in 1994? No way. His role as Red was one of the most powerful moving performances of the 90s.
I talk some sense to him. Tell him the way things are. But I can't. That kid's long gone, and this old man is all that's left.
And if not for Shawshank, how about Seven in 1995, where he played the brilliant but world-weary detective? No disrespect to $1 Million Baby, I actually like the film a lot, but Freeman's Oscar was at least 10 years too late. Winning an Oscar is a huge honor, but as we've seen, sometimes the right actors win for the wrong movie. Do you agree with these picks? Are there other actors you think won for the wrong film? Let me know in the comments, and if you love film history and Hollywood deep dives and nostalgia, don't forget to like and follow for more videos like this.